Hi there, radio astronomy scholars. I'm John. Welcome to the Despira Lab. We want to thank you for using our horn lending kit, and we hope you had some really good learning experiences taking the horn out in the field, collecting some data, analyzing it on your PC, and learning a little bit more about how your galaxy works. Now, it's time for you to pack up the horn and return it to us here at West Virginia University so we can send it out to another group of deserving students. So let's get started. First step, we're going to disassemble the horn itself. We're going to break it down into three parts: the horn and paint can assembly, the front and the back of the base stand. And we're going to take those three parts, put them in the box. We're going to move on to packing up the electronics, put it in the box, and then we're going to get it ready for shipping. So let's show you first how we're going to take the horn apart. As you can see, there are two bolts facing out on each side of the horn. Now the first thing we're going to do is loosen those and take them out. You want to hold on to the horn while you're doing this because, well, the horn's going to start moving around a lot once you loosen things up. So take out the one wing nut, come over to the other side. Take out the other wing nut. Hopefully you have a little table handy like I do to put the parts right over there for a moment. You should be able to now pull the horn a little bit apart. That will allow you to pull the assembly out from the horn. And we're now going to go ahead and put the bolts back on. I'm going to take the wing nut here, come a little closer, so you can see I'm just going to screw it on carefully. Oops, dropped it. Let's try that again. Hopefully you won't do what I just did. Save yourself some time. Just wasted 20 seconds of my life. Okay, just going to turn it on a few turns and slide it in. Let's get the other bolt. Put the wing nut back on it. Turn it a few turns. And then we can slide that bolt in as well. And now we're just going to take this part of the horn and, well, put it off to the side. Now what we have left is the horn itself, the base stand. We're going to break that into two parts. How are we going to do that? Well, let me hold this up. We're going to take these pieces off right here by removing some bolts and putting it back together. So let's start. Let me come back a little bit here so you can see what we're doing. There we go. So we're going to come down here. We're going to take the bolt that's attached to the long side out. Almost gone. There we go. Take that out. In a moment, I'm just going to put this on the floor. Go over here. Do the same thing with the other side. Put the wing nut on the floor. And now I can slide apart the front of the horn. I'm going to go right ahead and put it in the box. And we want to put it in the box just like this. If you want to make sure it doesn't move, well, take a moment and tighten those wing nuts so that this stays nice and straight. We're going to go ahead in a moment and drop this into the box. That's what I'd be doing if we were packing this normally, but since I want to show you how to do it, I'm just going to put this piece aside while I get the other piece ready. All right, here's the last piece we have. This is really the back of the horn and the two side pieces. We've actually designed this so you can turn the side piece around. And that's right, slide that bolt right back through. We drew a hole so that was possible. And then we're just going to put the wing nut right back on it. How about that? And we're going to do the same thing up here. Mostly we want to make sure the wing nuts and the bolts don't get lost. Just put that there. Okay. And now we have the bottom assembly. Again, if you want to make sure that it doesn't move, you can tighten the bolts here on the sides, and that'll keep it from rocking back and forth. So now we have the 3 pieces we need to start packing up the horn. Okay, now that we've disassembled the horn into its 3 parts, the cone horn assembly, the front of the stand, and the back of the stand, it's time to pack it up in our large shipping box to return it to us. Now, I know it sounds silly to say, why do I have to do a packing video, John? But the answer is, the parts only go into the box a certain way, or it's really hard to get it back to us in one piece. So please, for the next few minutes, watch carefully on how to repack the horn. So we're going to start with the piece with all the wood on it. That's the back of the horn. You notice there's a piece that goes across. That piece is going to go down into the box in that direction. And there you can see, if you push it to the side, you can wedge it in very nicely inside the box. Now the next piece that we're going to put in is the front of the horn. Once again, it's very important that you put the cut piece toward the front of the box and that the cross piece goes down into the box first. So we're going to put that in. You want to spread that out a little up on the top. You can see that piece right there, and you can see this hole that we're starting to create up front. It does look like a cone, doesn't it? And that's exactly what it looks like, and it's where we're going to put the cone. That's right. So that's the last piece that goes in. It goes in with the cone in the front. It goes in with the short side along the bottom, the long side up and down, and we're just going to drop it right in. As you can see, the wood will support it very nicely. Put that right there. And now we have the horn nicely packed inside the shipping crate. Now there's one other set of materials you do need to send back to us, of course, and that's the electronics that made it all work. So let me show you what needs to go in the packing box that holds the electronics. So you probably got a box like this or something similar when you ordered the kit, and inside it you found some parts. And those are the parts that need to go back in. There was a long cord with 2 male ends. We call this the SMA male to SMA male RF coaxial cord. That goes in the box, nicely curled up. There's a small short cord. That's the cord, as you recall by now. One end goes into the air spy and the other end went into the USB port of your computer. And you want to roll that nicely up. And then there's the 2 pieces of hardware. There's the air spy itself and the LNA, that little piece of equipment that looked like a pack of gum. And then lastly, don't forget, you've probably taken it out of the package by now, but the thumb drive we sent you so that you could plug this into your school computer, and this drive would run the program so that you could bring up the spectrometer and collect data so you could actually see where that neutral hydrogen was moving in the galaxy. Was it coming toward us? Was it moving away from us? Was it a single peak, or did you happen to see more than one peak, indicating that you were looking right through 2 spiral arms of the Milky Way galaxy? So please, don't forget to put this back in the box, even if you did take it out of the package, and I'm guessing you did, or you probably didn't get to use the kit. So put all that in there, and those are the parts that come back to us. 2 cords, LNA Air Spy, and the thumb drive. Again, make sure you use the packing material we provided to pack this up nice and tight. close the box over. Slide in the front pieces. And now when you come back over to the box, you'll find if you put it in this way, it will fit right in the box. And now it's time to get out, use the packing material that we sent. Remember, we reminded you not to throw that out. You're going to need it to send it back to us. Going to close in the two short ends. The two long ends, push it together, put your tape across, put the shipping label that we provided for you when you first ordered the kit in the box. Call the post guy at UPS, have them come pick it up, and we thank you for packing it carefully and sending it back to us so we can get it out right away to the next group of students. Hope you had fun.